What we just learned about the Yankees is insane, as the starting pitching has been stellar throughout the month of June, while the offense has been inconsistent as of late, and changes need to be made. We'll break down the implications of this news and how this inconsistency could impact the playoff picture headed into the All Star break and in July. What's going on, guys? My name's Alex Brooks, and you're tuning in to another edition of Yankees Digest. And if you guys want to stay up to date, on Yankees content every day of the week, especially for that 74% who aren't subscribed, you better hit that subscribe button and comment down below to take part in the conversation. It is free, so you better hit that subscribe button and stay up to date on all things Yankees content. And we'll get right into this video as we talk about the Yankees offense inconsistency, their offensive woes. The Yankees just blew out the Athletics today 12-5. So when we're looking at since June 12th, these numbers may be a little off, but the conversation is the same. The Yankees are very inconsistent on offense. And when we look at these 185 batting average, inexcusable. Inexcusable. You have Aaron Judge, who is batting over 350. You got Jazz Chisholm, who's heating up. You got Paul Goldschmidt, Cody Bellinger. You shouldn't have a problem when it comes to batting average, but this is the world we're living in with this June swoon that the Yankees somehow get in every single year. And something really needs to change when it comes to the offense, something technique wise, whatever it is, something's got to change when it flips over to the month of July. But when we talk about the pitching, pitching has helped the Yankees in a big way. It has been very crucial to this Yankees team to kind of stay afloat in first place in the standings. They've had a 2.36 ERA, something that's been huge, crucial for the Yankees so far in this month of June, and something that Yankee fans are hoping that can just stay consistent until the offense comes out. But one of the guys that really stands out to me with this Yankee staff is got to be Max Fried. Max Fried is the ace of the staff with Gerrit Cole going down with an injury. I mean, after his performance against the Reds when he went 7 innings pitch, 0 runs, 4 hits, and 7 strikeouts, he said, "I'm just trying to go out there and win every game that I can," and that's something that really stands out to me because he's coming in here a first-year guy. He's coming into the Bronx for the first time as a Yankee ace and getting treated like it. So the expectations are at a premium right now. They are at an all-time high, and he's fitting the bill of his contract. And, when we talk about how his stats so far this season, he's 10-2 with a 1.92 ERA in 17 games played. And one of the things that really jumps out to me is his redemption attitude, his redemption arc. And it's when the Yankees lose a game before he goes on the mound. He goes on the mound and he just has that attitude. He has more motivation to pitch a better game than when it's the opposite. He when the going gets tough and the backs are against the wall, Max Fried delivers. And that's something you want to see going down into the latter part of the season. And it's really great for Yankee fans like myself that have someone like Max Fried that they can rely on to pitch great games, game in and game out. And, when we talk about how one of the guys that really has dominated for the Yankees so far this season, as well as Max Fried, it's got to be Will Warren. Will Warren has pitched lights out for this Yankees team, and Will Warren is only 26 years old, a guy who has been kind of ran out of town so far in his career, dating back to last season when he came up and he didn't have a fair shake. And he's been working on his craft. He's been getting better every start. And against the Athletics on Friday, when the Yankees won 3-0, complete domination, sensational, if you will, for Will Warren. And when we talk about how his stats have lived up, we talk about his K per 9, 11.54 K per 9 in a minimum of 80 innings. So he leads the MLB in K per 9. He's a crucial piece for the Yankees in a three-game series when it comes down to the playoffs. I know I compare playoff series a lot, but that's something that you want to see at all facets every month. You want to see who is going to be these starters. I know it's only June and things can change, but the three pitchers that I feel like would dominate would be Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, and Will Warren. I would throw Will Warren as a third starter right now. Guys, you can comment down below. Let me know what you guys think for who you want as the pitcher one, pitcher two, and pitcher three in a three-game series. Definitely going to be interesting moving down the road. And when we look at his last four starts, he had 23 innings pitched, a 1.96 ERA, 28 strikeouts. 28 strikeouts in his last four starts. Unbelievable. As a 2.86 ERA in June, only 26 years old. The one thing that really gets him is those walks. He has 7 walks. In against the Athletics back on Friday, he walked the bases loaded, something you really don't want to see. So he's still improving, but when it comes after the first inning, he kind of settles in a little bit and he becomes that dominant pitcher that you really want to see. And Will Warren has been one of the most dominant pitchers for the Yankees, dominant young pitchers that really helps this rotation. Rodon has been that consistent pitcher as well. Clark Schmidt, he got a little rattled against the Athletics yesterday, but he's still one of your top 4 starters. And then Marcus Stroman coming out of the blue today and really dominating for the Yankees, where they won 12-5. So you have a pitching staff that has been that consistency for the Yankees, but moving back to the offense, inconsistent. One of the guys, Anthony Volpe, I know we've said it before time and time again, and I know Yankee fans are probably tired of hearing Anthony Volpe and his struggles, but it's just become too much. It's become too much, and he's just been very inconsistent. I don't really know what's going on with him. I mean, you could have a couple weeks where you're struggling, kind of get back into it. Okay, he's just getting back into it, but it just seems like he has just lost any motivation right now. I mean, he's gotten like one hit here or there. He gets on base when he walks, but not someone who has been at that consistent rate with hitting and getting on base. And him not being on base impacts everything. It impacts the base running. It impacts how the lineup, how Boone puts out the lineup every day. Where do you put Volpe? What do you do here? So very inconsistent. He has a 228 batting average as of today, and someone who has not shown what he needs to do right now. And this tweet kind of stood out to me. People forget that Anthony Volpe is just 24 years old with room for continued growth and development. Still, as the sample size increases, concerns about him being a below average player are becoming harder to dismiss. Yeah, he's not fitting the bill that Yankee fans put him on. Like, they put him on a pedestal. He's the shortstop for the New York Yankees. The last best shortstop for the New York Yankees was a 5-time champion, Derek Jeter. We're obviously Yankee fans, as myself, just we're not putting him at the Derek Jeter level, but with his big home run against the Dodgers in the World Series, thought he could take a step up. He's kind of taking a step back right now. We'll see if he can improve there. But when he's on base, he's an elite base runner, and he just needs to get on base, and that's something that whether being patient at the plate, not striking out, not trying to do too much, trying to simplify it a little bit, like what Jazz was playing at 70%, trying to simplify it a little bit and talk to your teammates and try to get out of the funk. We'll see what happens going into July. Maybe it's just a bad month, and maybe we'll look back on this and be like, oh, Volpe just had a bad month and now he's going. But it's just, he's got to change his attitude, got to get a little bit more motivated, and we'll see going down the road. But when we talk about what could be a spark for this Yankees team, as Volpe's been struggling, as guys like Peraza, LeMahieu have been struggling, what can be that spark? One thing that I didn't really mention was the bullpen. The bullpen has been a little inconsistent as well with the offense, and something to look out for the Yankees for this offense is going to be accessing or getting a piece in the bullpen, as John Heyman has said. There probably will not be a ton of great starters out there for them to look at. They need bullpen, and that's what they're gonna go for. That's what John Heyman said this past week, and I agree with him. I feel like the bullpen is definitely, with Loizaga, Ian Hamilton, JT Brubaker, just they're not shutting down guys like we want them to. They're not shutting down guys that we need them to, and the bullpen has been a little bit of an Achilles heel for the Yankees, especially after a great performance from either it might be Clark Schmidt or Carlos Rodon. You want to have that bullpen to support you. And one of the guys that I really want for to really excel this Yankees bullpen has to be Gregory Soto from the Baltimore Orioles. In division trades can be a little weird, but I definitely think that Gregory Soto could be someone who can really ignite a fire into this bullpen, along with Devin Williams and Luke Weaver. Kind of reminds me of the Betances, Miller, and Chapman from 2016. Definitely can be interesting for if they can get Soto at the deadline. And one thing that really stood out for me on Soto, a two-time All-Star, has emerged as a compelling option for the Yankees. His ability to effectively face both left-handed and right-handed batters with a particular dominance over lefties would complement Tim Hill and provide manager Aaron Boone with the tactical flexibility needed during critical moments. The prospect of a bullpen featuring Soto alongside Weaver and Williams could be a game changer for the Yankees as they aim to close out games efficiently. That was Kerry Lift on Motorcycle Sports. And I definitely agree. I think having a three-headed monster, something we haven't seen since Miller, Chapman, and Betances, and going into a deep playoff run, that could be crucial for the Yankees moving forward. But guys, comment down below, who do you guys want to see as that spark for the New York Yankees moving down, whether it be a trade deadline piece, whether it be someone they bring up from the bullpen? Just let me know what you guys think the Yankees should add going down the road in July as they try to make another playoff push and try to make another World Series push here in 2025. But that's going to do it for me. My name's Alex Brooks, and thank you again for tuning into another edition of Yankees Digest. And everyone, let's go Yankees.